Good evening, rockers. Vegas Rock Goddess here on the Rocks Total Entertainment, coming to you live from somewhere off the Las Vegas Strip. Today, I'm interviewing an amazing band with a debut record coming out on Frontier Records, Smoking Snakes. So, this band is super killer. So, let's get the lowdown on Smoking Snakes. All right, let's let them in. Are you there, Brett? Do. All right, we'll do that. We got Andy and Brett. Good morning, folks. Hey, Brett, how are you?
Can you hear
Yes.
me?
Yes, I can hear one of you. I can see one of you. Brett, are you on?
I can see Brett as well.
I don't hear him. He's just, he's got to turn his mic on.
Yeah, you're muted, Martin.
Technical difficulties always happen. It doesn't matter. It's fine.
Yeah, I know that.
Real life of rock stars. I mean, this it totally happens. Brett, are you there? Can you hear me? He's just sitting there.
I'm trying to send him messages
Oh,
to see.
okay. He's got to. Brett can no, I still can't hear him.
No, me neither.
He just has to turn his mic on.
Exactly. He's not so good with computers, you know?
Oh, it's okay. Well, welcome to On the Rocks. Live from Las Vegas. Give him a second here. He just has to turn his volume up and turn his mic on.
Yeah, I just sent him a message, but he doesn't reply.
I think he's still trying to work on it, looks like.
Yeah.
Oh, he's off now.
Yeah.
Well, hey, Andy, thanks for coming on. I know it's like 6 o'clock your time.
It's okay, it's fine.
Yeah, it's 9 a.m. here in Las Vegas.
It's
So
harder for you.
yeah, I mean, this is great that we're talking because I know your debut record on Frontier Records is coming out. So I'm
Yeah.
really excited to talk about it. Let's okay, I don't know, he's coming back out. No, okay.
He's
Okay. So we'll just continue on and see if he kind of comes back on. But anyway, why don't you tell the viewers how this band got started?
Sorry, I didn't get it. What stuff?
How the band got started? How did your band get started?
Okay. Yeah, it started when I met Brett in I was answer for this band to look for a bass player, but And then I went there, but he was supposed to play in the band, but he was the guitar player. He was not, and I didn't like the guys, to be honest.
Okay.
So, but then I decided to give them a chance, and the singer told me at that time, "Oh, but the guitar player, he's back in the band." I was like, "Okay." And then it was Martin. Sorry, but I call him Martin.
That's okay.
And yeah, he sent me message now, but
That's okay.
yeah, yeah,
He can always
and
zoom back in with us.
yeah, and yeah, and then we just connected at the time we met, like we had the same music influences, everything. And then he started showing me his old band. And I was like, but he was the singer in this band. And I was like, God, we have the same influences. That's not the same as the other guys in the band.
Right.
You sing you sing it better than the singer in the band. So why not to start with our own band instead? And that's how it started.
Wow. Okay. So how many years ago was that? That you guys got like what was it during
It,
pandemic or
no, it was a little bit after, actually, in 2002.
okay.
Yeah, 2002 we started.
Wow. So you guys have been really hitting it hard then since then.
Yeah, we start recording the ideas without the band. We didn't have a band when we started songs and
Right.
everything. And we basically met the drummer the week before we record the video. It was supposed to be with some friends, with Eric, the drummer in Crash Diet. He was supposed to do the video clip as well, but then we found the drummer. But it was the same thing was with the guitar player at that time. He's not in the band anymore, but we found him 1 week before we record the first video.
Wow.
Yeah, and then the things start happening quite fast for us, I would say.
Yeah, I mean that's usually how things happen once you start getting those players. Now, this band you're in now with Smoking Snakes, is it a solid lineup?
Yes, it is. We just had problem in the beginning with the guitar player. We live in Gothenburg, but the guitar player he lives in Stockholm, so it's driving 6 hours, driving 6 hours to one leg and more 6 hours other
Yeah.
leg. So it was quite hard for him.
Yeah, that's
Then
got to be hard.
yes, and then the EP we released last year, who recorded was another guitar player, Max, really nice guy. He's still our friend, but he decided that he doesn't want to play rock music anymore.
Okay.
So he plays jazz.
Hey, I mean things happen,
Exactly.
unfortunately.
Exactly. And when he left, then Leo, the guitar player, he sent us a message. And as soon as we saw, he said, no, 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 not this guy. He's too young. But then we didn't ask. He recorded a video playing the songs, and I'm like, well, maybe we should give him a chance. So yeah,
So that's the current lineup. This is going to be a great record. I can't wait for you guys to hit the road. So this record actually comes out February 9th, right?
yes,
Okay.
exactly.
So are you guys excited?
Yeah, of course we are. But to be honest, me and Martin, we are more because we started working on the second album already.
Uh-huh.
It feels like I don't care about this album anymore. I want this one to be done.
Right. I mean, that's usually what happens because when you have that album in the can for so long, waiting for it to come out, you've already written one or two more albums,
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And even if I like the song, sometimes when we are going to visit some friends, they want to, oh, to please you, and then they put some song for you to listen, and you're like, oh, thank you, but I'm quite tired to listen to the song.
Yeah, well, you know how that is. But so are you guys planning on touring to support this record?
Yes, but I was talking to our manager today. There are some dates, but it's not official yet.
Okay.
It's yeah, some push, it's happening, some details, and at the same time we do have, but we still don't have it because it's not confirmed. So we need to
Right.
wait.
Well, I can't wait to hear. Uh, you'll have to let me know like the dates and stuff, because I mean, is it gonna be touring in the US or just overseas UK?
What I heard is just on Europe,
Okay.
especially in Sweden.
Okay. Very good. That's awesome though. You're getting out there and getting this music out
Yeah,
for
yeah,
sure.
definitely. We'd love to go to US, of course, but
Yeah.
let's see.
Yeah, because there's a lot of festivals out here.
Yeah,
Definitely that you guys would be killer playing. So we'll keep our fingers crossed
yeah,
here.
yeah,
Now, as far as your musical influences with this band, right off the bat, it's the 80s, of course.
yeah, definitely.
We're a big influence. What are some of the other influences in this band for you?
I would say everybody in the band has almost the same influences. Is Wasp, Rat, Dokken, Motley Crue, Kiss, Twisted Sister, and I like some other stuffs like AOR. I like uh, Danger Danger, Warrant, Winger. The other guys, they're like more heavy stuffs. Like Leo, he likes thrash metal. He likes Slayer. I'm not into that side, but it's basically we just listen rock music, basically.
Right. And I mean, you're picking up all kinds of different influences for not only from like trash metal 80s. I mean, 80s music is really making a comeback in 24.
Yeah.
Those influences you're going to see too and hear a lot of influences from the late 70s like Bachman Turner Overdrive, Foghat, um just bands like that, REO Speedwagon. These all that 80s sound is like really gonna generate, so you guys are coming in at a great time right now.
Yeah, I believe so too. Uh, I and to be honest, as a fan, I was waiting for this for a long time. You know, I remember in the 90s how terrible the music was at that time.
Me
In the
too.
20s,
I
the
totally remember
beginning of
it.
yes, and the beginning of 20s. I don't know if it was worse or, but it was terrible as well. And yeah, but I'm happy that it's happening. It feels it's happening again, and we are on here now because when we start with the band 2 years ago, that we didn't listen to much new bands doing the same. We felt that oh, it would be a good album, but we are late for the party. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But but it feels like we don't have this feeling anymore. Like, but at the same time, I see all the bands that they have these 80s influences. They still want to do something new. They have the influences, but they want to do something new and not just be something nostalgic, doing the same things. They want to do something new, and yeah, it's quite excited about that.
Yeah, and it's funny because you mentioned Winger. I just saw Kip Winger over the weekend at a Vegas magazine Vegas Rocks Magazine Awards ceremony,
Oh yeah,
and he was presented with the Lifetime Achievement Award. And Winger is putting out a brand new studio record for the first time. in decades. So I think we're all looking forward to that as well. And you're gonna, like I said, these bands that are touring on their, I should say, their hits are now getting back in the studio and really hitting it hard and trying to record some new music, because if that the
Yeah,
fans want to hear some new stuff now.
yeah, definitely. But at the same time, I still think that I mean, I say as a fan, not as a musician, but I still see lots of people that just want to listen to the old bands, you know. They want to listen to Slaughter, to Winger, and it's fine, it's cool, but it's people need to support the new bands. Otherwise, there will be no bands in the future
Oh, of
because
course.
these old bands, like you see, Dokken, it's one of my favorite bands, but everybody knows the problems that Don Dokken is having with his voice. But giving the guy a break, he's quite old now. It will happen to this to everybody. It will happen to me, to everybody. So we
Right.
need new bands. People need to support new bands. When I see
Yeah.
the festival, they want the headlines. It's only old bands. It's fine. It's okay. But it's time to start have some new bands too.
Yeah, and that's really what my platform is really to expose my viewers to new bands, new up and coming metal and hard rock bands. And I mean, like I said, your band, I love the sound of your band is killer. I saw the video, it's great.
Thank you.
Um, so again, the I call them classic rock bands. I mean,
Hmm.
we don't want to categorize these bands, but they laid down the foundation,
Yeah.
for all bands, and now's the time. I mean, I'm seeing so many new bands such as yourselves, and they're really, I mean, they're really hitting it hard, which is great. What I mean, we're always craving as a listener, we're always craving for some new music.
Yeah, yeah, I'm the same. I always love to listen to new bands, you know. I remember even the old bands, sometimes a band from the 80s that's like, wow, I never heard this band before. How how I missed that one. I love these new things, new bands, but it's
Right.
unfortunately I don't see these in most of the people. They just want to listen to the same bands all the time.
Right.
And
You
I
got to
think
break you got to break that cycle, Andy. You know
exactly.
what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. So I'd love to see more bands like Crazy Leaks, for instance. I would love to see them as a headliners.
Right.
Some new bands. That's how our kind of music it will be here longer. Otherwise, it nothing happen.
Exactly. And there's so many bands. I was in Australia too last year, and there's some great bands. Simple Stone is a great band from the UK. Just I mean, from Australia. I mean, just great bands such as yourselves. I mean, like the whole I think the whole problem is getting you guys to the US. I think
Yeah,
that's the biggest obstacle.
yeah, I think so. I mean, I know some sweet bands that they are quite I would not say succeed, but they are like they are always going to US, like Creo Intentions, Crazy Leaks, Heat. But yeah, but there's still a lots of bands out there, not only Sweden. You have in Norway, you have UK, you have in
Oh,
Australia, as you
oh
said.
yeah.
But one thing I don't know. It's just my perception. It's in US they just want these old headliners, big bands, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say that though, because I mean, Las Vegas, we are a hotbed for all kinds of music. And, there's been a lot of new metal bands coming through here. It's not just, Warrant or Rats or, you know what I mean? I,
Mhm.
there's a lot of new music coming through Vegas on tours. So, I mean, I'm glad to see that.
Yeah, that's cool. To be honest, I don't know much about that. It's
Yeah,
just what I see, just
right.
my perspective of the thing. But I see a few bands, but still, I don't see them go into US for these festivals to be like headliners.
Right. And it's hard. I mean,
Yeah,
financially on these bands, I mean, it's really hard. It's hard to uh get together all all your uh musicians in your band to all tour at the same time. I mean, there's so many logistics involved. You know,
exactly.
it's just, keep hitting it hard and, hopefully, you know, getting out here.
Yeah, I think it's all a matter on how many fans you can have in US. Let's say if people start asking for some band to play 2,000 persons, 3,000 persons, the people say, "Hey, let's bring these guys."
Right.
It's of course I understand that they don't want to bring no one else band just because they're good. It needs to be financially good for the
Right.
owners as
And
well.
I mean, I'm sure you've seen the bundles. They're bundling bands on huge tours. So it's
Yeah,
not just like two bands anymore. It's like four or five bands
yeah,
to make it work.
yeah, and that's great actually. That's great.
Yeah, because that's the only way they can really, you know, get it together. I mean, they've
Yeah,
had some great bundles here in the US as far as, touring bands.
yeah, and to be honest, I think it's better than when you do only with one band, except if you're really big. But nowadays, for the kind of public we have nowadays, I think it's better when you have definitely more than between four or five bands. I think
Yeah,
it's
because
perfect.
it's great for the for the person going to the show because they're getting a lot for their money.
Yeah,
Ticket prices, especially here in the US, I don't know how they are there, but they're pretty expensive.
yeah. I think it's expensive all over the world, to be honest.
Yeah, I just think it's, ticket prices have gone up, I think, over the past probably 10 years.
Yeah, the prices are rising for everything. Everything. It's crazy.
Right.
The economy in the whole world is not that good, actually.
Right, exactly. Well, hey, tell us a little bit about this record now. Jacob, I can't pronounce the guy's last name.
Herman.
Yes. He produced your record. So tell us a little bit about how the recording process went with this record.
Oh, Jacob is a he's a little bit special. He's a really, really good producer. And it depends. He doesn't have like you should do this, you should do that. I mean, he does, but when we did the first time, we were quite immature, I would say, this album. And each song was made differently. I mean, he did all the drums, of course, all the basses, but then when we start doing the songs, like the guitars, it was one at a time. The bass, sometimes I need to do something. Some songs I was, okay, play this part, now you play that part, now you play that part. And I was like, what the hell I'm doing now? He was, just trust me. I was, okay. And at the end, it was great. In the end, I was like, thank you. You made me a better bass player. And he was like, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's not that hard. You're quite a shit. But but it was great. And sometimes in the beginning we were like, wow, we can't believe we're recording with this guy. He's so talented. Everybody knows him, except especially here in Sweden and the bands he have been working with. So I remember the guitar player, he was quite nervous to record, and I was like, but you know the songs, why are you so nervous? Yeah, this guy who have been recording Key Marcelo, of course I'm nervous. I was like, yeah, I didn't think about it, but yeah, you should be then. But yeah, but it was great in the end. And of course, we became friends after that. And we're talking about doing the second album with him as well.
Oh, good. Yeah. Because I mean, this debut record is huge. Frontier Records, an amazing backers for this, for your record. So we're really, really looking forward to it.
Yeah, one of the things that I can share is like when we recorded, he was asking, which kind of sound do you want? And we said, we want to have the 80 sound. And he was, are you sure? Because, and then we start talking about how we want to sound. And then we thought that was a better thing. We could sound like a band from the 80s, but sounding playing today.
Right.
If you think like Dokken recording under lock and key, but today, with the technology they had today. So we said that's what we want.
Yeah.
And doing like this, when we talked last time, he was like, you want to change the sound? And we said no. And he was like, yeah, I think it's the best decision to have the same sound, because you found your sound. You have a sound that's Smoking Snake sound.
Right.
I didn't think about that, but it's true. I think we have a sound now that sounds exactly like Smoking Snakes.
Right. You have that distinct sound. When somebody hears your song, they're, yeah, that's Smoking Snakes right there.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was so happy when I realized that, oh shit, we have our sound. I don't want to sound pretentious, but for me, I remind when I listen to Van Halen, for instance, it's like, that's Van Halen. And then it feels like, I'm not saying that we are quite as yeah, good as Van Halen. No, 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 far away from that. I'm just saying that we are proud to have our own sound.
Right. And that, I mean, you need to develop your own sound. So you do stand out, against these other bands, which, I mean, hands down, you will, you know?
But even if for the other bands, I think it's great. Like some bands, they don't have special their sounds yet, because it's something very, very difficult to have. With us, just happen for us. It was like we didn't plan to have our own sound, but they're still good if they don't have. Maybe they have one day, I don't know, but yeah, I'm just proud to have one, you know.
But look here, you mentioned Van Halen, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Let's use them as an example. Okay.
Okay.
Van Halen, I saw Van Halen from the first tour. Okay. I've been a fan all through the decades of their existence. Okay. So,
Mm-hmm.
Van Halen in the beginning, they had a sound, but it wasn't unique yet.
Okay.
They
Yeah.
developed it really quickly and got their stamp on their sound, just like Bon Jovi. That's another band too that developed their own stamp on
Yeah.
the roll. And that's what you guys are gonna do.
Yeah, you're right. I never thought about Van Halen, but yeah, Bon Jovi the same.
Yeah. Because I
I
mean
think you're just
they didn't have
yeah.
that right away. You know, they really worked on getting that unique sound just like you guys did. And you found it right away,
We're
which,
just lucky.
yeah, right, you are. Because I mean, there's bands that are still, together to this day that they have a unique sound, but they never had that, you know what I'm saying, stamp.
Yeah, yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah, as I said, we're just lucky.
Yeah. which is great.
Yeah, I'm not complaining.
But Andy, why don't you tell the viewers where they can find everything about your band, all your social media platforms?
Yes, Facebook, Instagram, it's Facebook, Instagram. We have a TikTok, even I don't know how to use it, but we have one. And YouTube, it's Smoking Snakes of Sweden.
Okay, great. Because yeah, we definitely want everybody to go out on February 9th and get this record.
Yeah, that would be cool. It will be for streaming as well, but on our social media, you can see the link where you can pre-order the album as well.
Which is good. I saw that, which is
Yeah.
great. I'm sorry Brett didn't get a chance to to fix his stuff to get on.
Yeah, but the funny thing is, I know that he has problems with computers. He doesn't know how to use it.
Oh yeah, no worries.
I called him earlier to fix everything, and then we fix it. And when I saw the link now to send to him, I saw you're using Zoom,
Yeah.
but I did the test with him with Teams.
Oh,
And I
okay.
was like, oh man, I'm sorry. It's a different thing. So let's see if it works for you.
It's okay, because I really want to keep in touch with you guys, and we'll do a follow-up interview
Yeah,
towards the middle of the end of the summer and see where you guys are at and see how things are going.
yeah, perfect. That
And
would
we
be
can
cool.
get Brett on.
Yeah, yeah, I teach him well this time.
It's okay. But hey, congratulations, Andy, on the new record.
Thank
Um,
you.
it's a great debut. I love the video. It's totally great. And I look forward to hearing more from you guys.
Which video you're saying?
The the promo video that you guys had on there.
Yeah, we have two actually.
Yeah, I know you have two. I saw the one.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, totally cool. I can't wait to hear you guys play live. I think that's my whole thing with your band. I really want to see you guys play live.
Yeah, it's the songs were think about how to play them live. You
Yeah.
know, don't want just start writing music that we don't want to see anyone stop. Like, no, we want everybody moving.
Right, exactly. But thank you so much. We'll keep in touch.
Yeah, thank you
And,
for having me
yeah,
here.
and I'll definitely I'll send you a copy of this when I post it.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay? And tell Brett I said hi. I'm sure we'll get him on next time.
Oh, you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Have a great evening.
You too. Have a nice
Bye-bye.
day. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Wow, this band is really going to be great. I can't wait to see them live. Smoking Snakes, their debut record on Frontier Records, comes out February 9th. This is the Vegas Rock Goddess on the Rocks, total entertainment. Always like and subscribe to On the Rocks, because you never know who I will be interviewing next.